guys, God bless. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about grace. Grace is something that we did not earn. I think we have to continuously remind ourselves that we do not deserve Jesus. We don't deserve him. And that grace he has provided for us is a privilege. It is a gift that is priceless. And if we have obtained that gift that is priceless, why do we feel like we can withhold this gift from others? Because the first thing we say and do is, this person don't deserve my love. This person doesn't deserve my attention. This person doesn't deserve to be in my life. This person doesn't deserve me to speak to them or acknowledge them. Like, we quit to give guidelines and restrictions to our grace. And in more cases than enough, we tend to extend more grace towards ourselves than we do others. I was in deep, heavy thought about my siblings. I am the little big sis, meaning I'm the shortest, technically. Not really. My oldest sister is shorter than I am, but there's an age gap. So we grew up separately. So there's her 15 years later, then it's me, my sister under me, my sister under her, and my brother, who is the baby. And I was weary. I'm like, God, help them to mature, help them to make wise decisions. And I quickly was reminded that, hey, you had a moment too. You had a moment. And you took a while to get right to. And it's like, okay, yeah, I did. So just like that, I realized that I had shortened my grace towards them. Like, my emotions, how I felt, what I thought, clouded or discriminated. I was prejudiced with my grace. And this is something that you see, you may be a witness to, or you may be a victim of on a regular basis. Like, think about situations where you are continuously forgiving people, you're continuously loving on them, and the one time you slip up, it's like, I don't want no parts of you. Think about those situations. And let's just think about, like I said, Jesus himself. Like, none of us deserve him or his gift. None of us deserves his blood. Yet, because he loved us in spite of the fact that we didn't deserve his love and we weren't worthy to be forgiven, that we were rightfully due to our end, which was destruction, the wages of sin is death, we were deserving. But he forgave, and he continuously forgives. And who are we to pause that or stop that in reference to someone else? We aren't anyone to do that. I was thinking about how the Pharisees and how they knew the law and they kept trying to trip Jesus up with the law. Like, hey, we know this. Let me present this to you and see what you say. Because Jesus, obviously, he can't deny the law. He can't refrain from the law. So he acknowledged the law. Absolutely. But he also introduced grace. And this is something we have to be mindful of when dealing with those situations and those individuals, or even when it's our turn. We have to remember that even when someone's not extending the grace to us, that we are to be gracious towards them despite how they're treating us in the situation. Sorry about my lighting, you guys. It looks like it's gonna tap out, but hopefully not. But I just want to share that with you guys. I want to encourage you to not be discouraged when you are a victim of someone not extending the grace to you. Or maybe you have heard yourself in this message that, hey, there's people in my life that I've been kind of hard on, or I've been kind of strict on, and I did not extend grace. Like, think about the teenage children. Like, we were once teenagers, right? Or think about the single Christian woman. I was once a single Christian woman, right? Or the uncertain Christian person, like the person who seems to have one foot in, one foot out. Hey, I was there too at one point. Well, somebody could have looked at on my life on the outside and say, you can't love God. Versus inside, I was warned, like, I'm fighting tooth and nail, like, Lord, I'm trying to be with you. But y'all know how oppression is. So let this be a reminder for you to just extend your grace. The very grace that we so quick to say somebody else isn't deserving, we weren't either. Forgive, move on, love, be kind, be gentle, and not with restrictions and not with stipulations and not with prejudice mentalities. Like, grace is grace. And the grace should be the same as you would want to receive. And if we are fair and honest, we will say, hey, God knows I deserved it. I deserve death. I deserve hell. We deserved hell, but we were saved from hell. Do you understand that? Let's apply that same thing to the people around us, whether close or distance. It could be a coworker. It could be the clerk at a store, or your waiter, your boss, your mom, your dad, your siblings, your husband, your wife. It could be anybody. It could be someone that you have no choice but to be in their lives, and it could be somebody that you don't see that often, or maybe somebody you don't have to see at all anymore if you choose to. You know, like that once, like I know for me personally, at one point, this store that I had to go to, I felt some type of way about the cashier. I felt like she was really rude, really inconsiderate, and what's another word, Lord? I don't want to go there. I just felt like she was not kind. And I remember avoiding that store because I'm like, something is wrong with her. Like, matter of fact, she had made a comment one day, because obviously we're in a small town and literally it's the only store of that kind in the area. And she had made a comment to her coworker, and she said, the same people come in here every day. And I was like, no, she didn't. And it was a clear, hey, like, you don't look at me like, oh, you're here again. And I was just like, I wonder how much do you get paid to focus on if I came in the store or not. I don't know. I remember sitting there and said, what? And I don't know what was going on through her mind or her heart. I just know that by the fruit that she bared, I'm just like, she's an unkind person. And I remember really getting myself together and saying, you know what? Don't take it personal. And that seems to be my theme all this year, is not to take it personal. Don't take it personal. Even if it seems personal or evidently personal, listen, leave it at Jesus' feet and move on. Forgive, continue on with your life. It's not worth it. You don't need that burden. You don't need those issues. Like, just move on and be at peace. Be at peace with all as much as you possibly can. And guess what? The possibilities are limitless. There is nothing impossible with Christ. And we can use that when it comes to applying to jobs or getting into our career or buying our dream car and home. Why can't we apply those same things to living holy and living righteous? Like, there is absolutely nothing impossible in Christ. So if he can deliver and help me with this, he certainly can do so with that. Like, obviously, we can believe the impossible when it comes to material things. We should believe the impossible when it comes to gifts of the Spirit or fruit of the Spirit. Like, that should just be our mentality. So give grace without restraint. I love you guys. God bless. Take care. Bye.